Okay, so welcome back in lesson 2. So just to remind you, last time we talked about the advantages and consequences of interviewing effectively, or of course the consequences of ineffective interviewing. And now we're going to move on to the second objective of the course, which is the skills for effective interviewing. So what skills are essential for you to practice and enhance? 5 main skills. The first of them is planning ahead. Second, the skill, creating rapport. Third skill, listening. Fourth skill is questioning. And the last and fifth skill is providing information. Okay? So let's get into those skills right now. So in this lesson, I'm going to be covering the first skill only, which is planning ahead, or sometimes I like to call it the preparation. So 2 things that you need to be preparing before an interview: self and environment. Let's talk about self first. So what do you need to prepare about yourself? So some of the things you need to prepare are things related to the job. So job-related preparations. These are things like reading the job description. So don't get into an interview without reading the job description of the position that you're hiring for. Competencies. So what skills, abilities, knowledge, and experience do you want this candidate to have for this position? And I recommend that you prioritize the competencies. So for example, if you want someone that has organization skills or communication skills, so what comes as a high priority and what comes as a lower priority? We're going to be talking about that as well in terms of who do you select as a candidate. But let me just highlight this here. You would want definitely to get a person on board who has the motivation and the attitude. And this is more important than the skill, because the skill you can train on later on, but the competencies that are related to attitude are more important from my point of view. So these are 2 things you need to prepare. Read the job description, get ready with the competencies for the job, and prioritize them. The next thing you want to prepare is questions to ask. So don't sit in the interview and start thinking of the questions that you want to ask to the candidate on the spot. You will be better prepared if you have these questions written down. Also, additional questionnaires or assessment tools. So if you're going to be assessing this person, or you want them to have like a test or to fill a questionnaire, have it ready before the interview. Some questionnaires can be like teamwork, how this person is an organized person, their ability to plan, and so on. So many skills that we're also going to be discussing when we talk about optional tools that complement the interview. Also, information about the job. So be ready to answer the candidate's questions, maybe about the working conditions, working hours, conditions of where they will be located, who they will be working with, and so on. So get ready with information about the job. Also, company information. More or less all candidates come to the interview prepared by reading on the website of the company. They already have information about the company, but still, you as an interviewer need to be prepared. So have brochures or handouts that you want to give to them, and it's also a very nice gesture that they leave with it. Okay. So this is about preparing yourself. What else do you need to prepare with yourself is to be in your best focus and really interested to know the candidate more. This will help you be on target and be specific with your questions. Another thing to be prepared with is your attire, what you're dressed in the interview. So remember that you represent the company here. In the interview, you are the first interface for the candidate, and this is what they get to see about the company. So be ready with that. Okay, so this is self. What about the environment? What do you need to prepare in the environment of the interview? And here, specifically, we're talking about face-to-face interviews. So prepare the interview venue. Where is the room that you're going to be having the interview? And avoid any distractions and interruptions. So tell people that you're not accessible in this hour or 2 for the interview. Put a sign on the door, not to interrupt, for example. Make sure that you're in a room that doesn't have a lot of noise from the street, so that you and the interviewee are focused. Also, a ventilated place. So you want the place to be sunny and well ventilated. A very nice gesture is to inform security as well and the reception that a person is coming. Maybe they can offer them a drink before they start the interview. So these are all very nice gestures to do. And remember that if you make yourself and the candidate comfortable and at ease, both of you will be more focused and be able to be giving and open in the interview. Okay, so this is lesson 2. And so we covered skill number 1, planning ahead, and let's move on to skill number 2.